Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a new subscriber and you joined because you saw my birthday post, welcome to my channel. My name is AbenaCooks and I'm also your engineered cook. Okay, so for today, which is 30th of June 2025, I'm sharing with you one of my most profound recipes. This I learned from my Nigerian flatmate Kim, because apparently banana bread is a thing in Nigeria, but in Ghana all I know is my tea bread and my sugar bread and my butter bread, and I'm good to go. But this I have made a business out of, so you can also try it and let me know what you think in the comments. But then again, don't forget to wish me a happy birthday. If you go on your knees tonight, just say a word of prayer and tell God that AbenaCooks said she is grateful. So getting back to the video, if you're new and you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so that you're notified anytime I post. Okay, so I am going to be using 7 bananas in this video. Okay, I wanted to make it as detailed as possible for those of us who do not have the ancestors touch. But when I am doing this process, I do not need measurements. I just go the moment I hear my grandma scream, it is okay. So that is the ancestors touch. Okay, so in a bowl you're going to peel your bananas and you are going to mash your bananas. All right, I have my eta. You can put the English name there for me if you know, but I am going to be mashing it with my eta in this bowl. So for this recipe, you want to mix your dry ingredients and the wet ingredients separately, then you can combine them. That way you have control over how your batter turns out. Okay, so you may want it very, very smooth depending on how you like it, but ideally if it's okay, not too rough but smooth, you're going to end up mixing it with your dry ingredients. So some way somehow it's still going to blend again, just like blending your makeup. Okay, so I'm going to now break my eggs into a bowl. I use 7 eggs, same number as I used my bananas. So depending on the size of banana you use, you may want to adjust the egg depending on the sizes. Okay, so here I use 7 eggs and I crack them in a bowl, and to the bowl I will be adding 1 cup of brown sugar, okay, and 2 teaspoonful of vanilla essence. You can go with 1, but I like to feel the magic in the air, so I went on ahead with 2 tablespoonful, and then I'm going to whisk that away to make some airways inside my egg. Okay, the banana bread is going to dwell on the air spaces to actually rise. The main ingredient for the rising is the baking soda. Mind you, I said baking soda, not baking powder. Okay, so one thing about banana bread is no matter the amount of sugar, as long as it is not as many as your bananas, you might almost never taste the sugar, and that is why it is the healthy option, and we go with brown sugar for that purpose. Okay, so we're going to mix this together, and then over here what I have is butter. Okay, not the hard butter. Find this type. If you're in Canada, you can find this type. And then just so you know the measurements, I'm going to be using 1 cup, okay, but I'm going to be doing it in halves. Then I will microwave my butter and then let it cool a little bit, and then I add that to the egg and sugar essence mixture. Okay, from there we will add that to the banana mix, and then our wet ingredients will be done and dusted. At this point, I know you're watching this video till the end because of course it's my birthday, and the only way you can give me a birthday gift is to share this video, like, comment, wish me a happy birthday, and that would mean the world to me. And to my special people who are always looking out for me, I truly appreciate you. And today I pray for God's blessings for myself and my family, and for every single one of you watching me today. now you want to grease your pans, and I'd recommend that you use the same margarine or butter you're going to be using to bake. That way it's able to detach easily. Even with that, after the end, you're going to see that one of the banana breads ended up getting broken when I was taking it out because I wasn't careful. So yeah, so now we're going to mix our dry ingredients. So in a bigger container where I can mix everything, I'm going to be doing this so you know when to stop if it is too much. Just make sure your flour is on the low level compared to your wet ingredients. That way when you mix and then it is a little bit on the watery side, you can just adjust the flour as you wish, but there's a consistency we are looking for, and at the end you'll know. So with that in mind, you'll be able to measure accordingly and do right. So for this, we are going to be using 2 tablespoonfuls of baking soda, okay, or you can use half or 1.5 of it, but for me I'm using 2 because that is what works for me. Then you add a pinch of salt. Once again, ancestors touch, but that should be about 1/8 teaspoonful, I believe. Yeah, so you mix all your your dry ingredients very well, and then after that you make a hole so you can pour your wet ingredients in gradually. When you do that, you mix, you adjust. When it's getting too thick, you add some more of the liquid of the wet ingredients. Then you can gradually, with time, see the consistency we are looking at. So here I'm about to mix, and you will see it getting dry at a point. So I will be adjusting the wet ingredients as and how I'm expecting my butter to be. Mind you, your butter is not supposed to be hard, okay? It has to be more on the cake kind of texture, okay? Maybe in my next video we're going to have a cake tutorial, a regular vanilla cake. So as I said, more of the wet ingredients so you can get your butter to be just as you want it to be. So this way we're getting the consistency that we need. So as you realize, some of the wet ingredients are left, so I will have to make use of it because this is not something you'd want to store in the fridge because of the whole combination of the butter and the egg. So now this is the kind of consistency we will work with, okay? This is the consistency you need. And so we'll be adding, I normally use chocolate chips, but today I have butterscotch chips, so that is what we are going to be using. You put some in there, put a generous amount in, mix it together. Then after you're done, you can also sprinkle some to give it that touch. So that is what you saw at the beginning. I personally do not like raisins. I hate it in anything I see, so I definitely like the whole idea of the chocolate chip. You can also use whatever people use. I know people that use peanut butter, people that use this Biscoff, Biscoff as their topping, and also sometimes in there I'll try and get you the Biscoff topping as well, so you know how to go about it. So with banana bread, you can adjust it as and how you want with whatever you want to add to it, but for today we are using the butterscotch chips, okay? So after this, I realized that my 3 pans, I can actually make four loaves from what I have, okay? And look at the sizes here. When it's done, you're going to see that it has risen because of the eggs and the baking soda, right? So with this, now we are going to be adding flour to the leftover wet ingredients. That you would see that the butter became a little bit hard. So mixing it with the leftover of this gave me the exact consistency that we needed. So pour the flour in. Here you're gonna have to mix like you're mixing pancakes, so everything can go in at once. Here I have no measurements for the baking soda. I just use the ancestors touch, okay? Yeah, so here is thicker than the one that you saw. This was the full mix after I was done. So I'm going to mix it together and adjust it to get the butter consistency that I need. When I say butter, I mean BATTER, not BUTTER. Okay, that is what this is called. I'm wrong. It's new. No one man knows everything. So here we are. So I was just standing there. I turned and I saw a birthday cake from Kim, and I wasn't expecting it, honestly. And I know she's going to be busy today, so she decided to get it for me before she goes to work. Forgive my oven. It is a really, really old oven, and this is how I found it. I'm gonna try and make some adjustments to it with time, but for now, yeah. So that's my baby, guys. I had a baby. If my brother has a baby and my best friend has a baby, the baby is mine. So that's my baby. Anyway, that is me. And you set a timer for an hour, and then you leave it to do its thing. You don't need to be checking in and out. But once it was about a minute or two, I decided to check. You just find a wooden it can be a toothpick. You put it in just like the cake to check if it's still moist on the inside. That means it's not done. But here it was done and dusted, and we're just right on time. So once again, ideally you're supposed to tap this down the same way I did by hitting it before I put it in, so that way it fills the air space and it's easier to get what you want. Then this is how you go by it. You take it out warm, because these containers are pretty light, so if you're not careful you might ruin your loaf. Okay, so this is our nice and absolutely flavorful banana bread. So along the line, one of my nails came off, so that is what you see in there. But it happens. I didn't even realize it was lying down there. But yeah, here is our end results, and let me know if you're trying this. This is absolutely delish. I am someone who's very picky with food, but since I started this, since I got to know this, since I started selling it, it has been a signature for me, and I know you love it. So guys, have a wonderful next half of the year, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe as a birthday gift to me. God bless you. Bye bye.